Hello, Facebook fans and YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It's Tuesday afternoon here in the Eastern time zone of the USA. It's time for Tuesdays with Tim and Jeff. I'm Tim, K3LR, and along with me today is Jeff, KB8ZWT.
Yep. How you
And
doing, Tim?
good, good. And we're both in our home office. And Jeff, I'm still recovering from spring break. Do you remember what that was like?
Yeah, I remember those days. It's been a while. It's been a long time ago. You were
Well,
busy last week.
I wasn't in Florida last week, but
No.
I did get a little bit of a break, but was doing some good things relating to Ukrainians. So
Yep.
I think that was good. But you know, uh, I'm looking at the geochron back here,
Hmm.
Jeff, and you see that the lines are not perfectly vertical anymore. And so what happens is, as the sun continues to go north, um, every day the daylight hours get a little longer up here in the
Yes.
northern hemisphere, which is really cool. It's a great time of the year. It's
Hmm.
always This is always a great time of the year for antennas and thinking about field day, Jeff.
Absolutely.
And I gotta believe that you're thinking about camping and going to parks again.
Absolutely. Doing some camping this year. We're not going to a state park this year. We're going to an Amish country campground this year. We're spending time down there.
Okay, well that's good. Um, One of the things about camping and even parks on the air and all of these activities is that I think you get a real enhancement using a headset rather than depending upon the speaker in the radio. What do you think?
Absolutely. When I've been out camping, and even here at the house, it's so much nicer to have a headset or some type of a headphone. I have the Heil um, Pro set that I use, and
Yes.
great headset. When I first started into HF, I didn't have one, and I tried doing a contest here with the hand mic and typing stuff in and putting the mic down all the time. And Mark W8BBQ, suggested a headset for me and made it much easier. You can hear, talk, type, do everything at the same time.
Yeah, and it's nice for your family too because
Yeah,
they don't have to be bothered by all the noise coming out of the receiver, right?
right, exactly.
And when you're camping, you're in pretty tight quarters.
Absolutely. Where we're camping this year, the campsites are closer. So being out at a picnic table and them having the radio blaring and listening, they won't need that. I won't need that. I'll be able to do it without the other campers hearing me and annoying them.
Right. And the other thing is too, Jeff, there's all these outside noises
Yep.
that if you're just listening on a speaker, you've got, whether it's wind,
Yep.
whether it's other campers. So, having a good set of headphones is
Yeah.
really important. Now, how long do you think you could wear that Heil headset without taking it off?
This headset, I don't remember what contest it was a few years ago. I participated about 4 hours straight, and I was fine for those 4 hours.
Okay.
It's a very lightweight headset.
So how does it feel on your ears? Do you feel like, does it compress your ears or how does that feel?
No, it doesn't compress my ears. It just they fit really nice. And what I do like about those is I can still hear a little bit what's going on outside around me. So when they're real snug on my ears, it feels like I start yelling because I want to try to hear what I'm saying at the same time.
Right.
So no, those are really nice. They fit really good, not snug. And I had a headset before that. I don't remember what they were, and they were just so tight on my head. There was no adjustment. And an hour of using those, I had to just stop because it just gave me a headache.
Yeah, if you ever go up with a private pilot like in a Cessna, single engine,
Yeah,
uh, and they have headphones, even in the big jets and stuff, they have those David Clark headphones. If you
yeah,
ever wanted to squeeze your head, those are the ones that squeeze your head.
I bet. Wow.
you know, because they're trying to get all that noise out.
Right.
Right. And but boy, I'll tell you, after an hour, and they leave marks on your ears.
Yep. Well,
And everything.
it's like the headsets we use here for taking phone calls. I noticed they fit real snug, and it sounds like sometimes I'm yelling. And I was talking to this one customer one time. We were having a conversation, and he actually asked me, "Why are you yelling at me?" I go, "I'm sorry. I'm not trying to."
Well, you know, that brings up a great point, though, Jeff,
Mhm.
because when you're transmitting and using the boom mic that you have on the Heil headset, it's real important to have the monitor on,
Yes.
so that known as side tone, so you can hear yourself,
Right.
so that you're not shouting to get to that same level. So,
Yes.
and also that's important because you want to know what your audio sounds like.
Absolutely. Yes.
You know, and let's talk a little bit about transmit audio. I think that's an area where a lot of hams can make a lot of good improvements, either with their microphone or with the equalizer settings in the radios.
Right.
How do you have your equalizer set up?
I don't remember how I got that one set up on there, but I think I'm pretty close because when I've talked on e-cars, and Jeff has always told me I've sounded really good up there. So
You know that's an interesting thing that and Jeff, you know, with that on radio, you know how his audio is just
it's amazing.
unbelievable.
I can't think of what his call sign is, but yeah, for him to tell me I'm sounding good, it makes me feel better. I think it's
Yeah,
NY2J something. I don't remember.
yeah, it's NY2 something. But
Yeah.
man, that the audio that comes out of that radio is just phenomenal. Um, so show that headset again, Jeff. You've got a stock over the microphone.
Yes.
Let's talk
Yes.
about what that does. You know, you hear guys on the air and they've got pops.
Pops. Yep.
Yep, and that little sock takes care of all the pops. So that's a real important thing to have.
Right. And I
And
know some people when they have their headsets, I don't know, they have their mic way out,
yeah,
and I bring it in close, and I think I get better sound out of it.
yes, that's very important because all of these mics that Heil sells are noise canceling mics. And that means the idea is if the noise is farther away, you know, let's attenuate it down. And boy, I do hear guys on the air, you're right. And the mic is like 8 inches, 10 inches away.
Mhm.
And, you know, you really need to be between 1 and 2 inches away from these
Yep,
mics to
absolutely.
make because otherwise they think it's noise. And you got to be straight on too with them. You
Yep,
know, and we've had Bob Heil on here talking about that kind of stuff, but
right.
it goes without saying. Now, how about the wiring and the cables and all the stuff that goes on with the headsets, Jeff?
Um, I was able to tuck all my stuff, and I got some stuff unhooked right now. Um, but the way I have my shack set up here, I got everything tucked away really nice. So it's not like my foot switch. I don't have foot switch wiring in my way. It's the foot switch. That's it. I don't have my headset cabling all over the place. And I do right now because I brought it out, but I'm able to tuck things away real nice where when I am talking, I'm not pulling on it. It's out of my way. I'm not hitting it. So, you know, neatness makes things
Yes.
neat.
Yeah. And Jeff, let's talk about the various adapters for the various radios.
All right. So this one here has the ICOM has the 8 pin. Some radios, I think it's the new Yaesus, have the modular
Right.
adapters for the. So one of the things what we do have a problem with is some people like to they'll get a dynamic microphone and they want to use it on an ICOM, and they think just getting the ICOM adapter is going to take care of the element issue, and it doesn't. You got an ICOM radio, make sure that you get a headset that's made for the ICOM radio. If it's a dynamic radio, then make sure you get the right microphone and cabling for that.
Yeah, because on the ICOMs, typically, you know, the ICOMs were set up to work with electric
Right.
microphones. So there's an 8-volt bias that is on the mic connector, and that adapter has a little blocking capacitor to block the bias, but
Mm-hmm.
still pass the audio, the bias voltage. And in the newer ICOM radios, you can actually turn off the bias.
Right.
And yeah, and some radios don't have that you know, feature of having 8 volts out there for an electric mic. But I think some of the ICOM mics are electric mics,
Right.
and where most all of the Heils, I believe, are dynamics.
Right.
But let's see what we've got in the chat room, Jeff, here, and see if we can get any insight here today. Looking for call signs: Whiskey 9 Uniform Sierra, Kilo Kilo 4 Radio Juliet Victor, and we've got Sugar Queen 6 Echo Lima Victor. And greetings from Poland. And you see on the on his photo there, Jeff?
Yep. Absolutely.
The Ukrainian flag. So
Yep.
kudos to you, Rafet, and thank you for all you're doing to help the Ukrainians. And Whiskey 9 Sierra Victor is on from Wisconsin, and Kilo Charlie 7 Mike Sierra Uniform. And our friend Rich, Whiskey Queen 3 Queen, he goes through, WQ3Q, Jeff, he likes to be called Quack at the Shaka Quack. And he likes a large muff for my ears, and I would need noise canceling too.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Tobin, another friend, he's planning a Parks on the Air
Awesome.
for the first time. Haven't even considered headphones, valuable info. And of course, Jeff enjoyed a very long broadcasting and audio production career, so he knows all about headphones. I'll bet Jeff and I had discussions about Sennheiser headphones back in the 80s when we were working up in Greenville. And let's see here. We got Robert says, I turn my bass all the way down and do not use compression on my ICOM. Well, you know, you're leaving some stuff on the table, Jeff. You got these days you got to run that compressor, especially when you're running 100 watts.
Absolutely. Yes.
You know, and yeah, boosting up the high end is good because the bass does steal a lot of power, but compression, as long as it's not cranked all the way to the right to 11,
right?
You know, it's, you know, most of the compressions here at K3LR are up at 12 o'clock, and that's
yeah,
plenty.
That's where mine are set.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference, Jeff, at getting through pileups and things. Doug, November 7 Bravo Victor Tango, and Ed's on. I love my Heil headset. The elements do pick up background noise. Well, if that background noise is high, it's going to pick it up. But you know, I've found the noise canceling part of those Heil mics to be really, really good. From Germany, it's Delta Lima 6 Radio Delta Echo, and we have from Bavaria, it's our friend Robbie, Delta Mike 6 Delta X-Ray. Nice to have you on, Robbie. I've met Robbie up in Friedrichshafen at the Hamfest in Germany. And Whiskey 4 November Golf United from South Carolina. And our friend Joe, Cat in the Hat, K0NEB. And Angel, Whiskey Papa 3 Radio. Nice to have you on, Angel. Yep. And you see that photo there. He's got his glove on. He's playing golf. And hopefully, Angel, you're getting out and playing some golf here. Hello, Tim and Jeff from November Lima 7 Delta. Just got my XR7 that I got from you ready to go on the tower. All right, Tim. So good luck on that. And Tango Fox 3 Oscar Mike from Iceland. It's 0 degrees Celsius. That's not too bad, Jeff. 32 degrees.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And you know, if the sun's shining, that's pretty good.
Right.
But always nice to have him on. And let's see here. Robbie says, thanks. The INRAD W1 headsets in Germany now. And so I think Robbie's doing real well with the INRAD.
Yeah.
And of course, we sell those as well. And let's see. Recording from anchors in Alaska. So it sounds like somebody's watching from Alaska. Alpha Charlie 8 Alpha Tango is on. Jay and our friend Chuck, K3CWE. Talked to Chuck this morning on 75. And Papa Quebec 1 Bravo. Bert is on from the Netherlands. And Whiskey 7 Juliet Echo Tango, our favorite pilot from Arizona. November Alpha 5 Charlie. Can I still register for CTU? Well, absolutely, Steve. Just go to the website, contestuniversity.com. It's all set to go. Easy. Should take less than 30 seconds. Larry, Kilo Bravo, is that Kilo Bravo 0 Sierra Quebec
Yes.
Whiskey.
Yep.
And no neighbors. That's the thing about Amish country. You talk a lot about that, Jeff, but
yes,
the great thing is that they're not going to have any wall warts.
Nope.
They're not going to have any solar chargers.
Nope.
And so they're the best neighbors because
I
they're
think
not going to
so.
generate any RFI.
That's right. That's correct.
And if you need to build a barn, they're right there.
They're there. Yep.
November 4 Papa Hotel Lima is on. That's running. And let's see, we got Kilo 4. What's the rest of this here? Kilo 4 Matthew. Kilo India 4 Alpha Charlie Charlie in Tennessee. So, I guess the best advice, Jeff, about the headsets is go try out your buddy's headset and see if that works for you, right?
Yeah, exactly. And also, even with your microphone, there are different settings what you want to use for if you're doing contesting or you're just doing some rag chewing. I don't remember how I set mine up for that, but that makes a big difference too.
Yeah, that equalizer that's in the transmitter area, very, very powerful in the more recent radios.
Yeah.
So setting that up can really make a big difference. You're absolutely right, Jeff. And let's see, we've got a nice comment here from my friend Jeff, Kilo 8 November Delta. He said, after 50 years and a dozen different headsets over the period, I finally found the Arlen Radio Sport RS60CF to be nearly perfect. Never satisfied until you find a headset you can wear forever. And Jeff operates a lot, so I value his comments, and thank you very much, Jeff, for that. He also is down at Curacao where the guys go, down at Papa Juliet 2 Tango. He spends a lot of time down there. And so, Jeff, and they can always call in and ask for you to talk about headsets or any of the guys.
Absolutely. I'd be more than happy to help you.
Because we've got a lot of them in stock, which is great too. And, I think that, making that decision is a tough one, especially remotely. So try out your buddies, call us up. We'll do our best to help you. And Jeff, it's time for you to go to lunch, and it's time for me to go back doing some work here. So
yeah, well, I'm taking the rest of the day off. So
good for you. And we'll be back. Speaking of headsets, Jeff, I'll be back on Thursday with the new guys from Heil, the new
all right. Awesome.
So tune in for that. That'll be at 18:30 Zulu on Thursday, and we'll look forward to that. Until Thursday, 73 from DX Engineering.